In our previous classes, we have learned some basic techniques to run or to drive R and R Studio. We have learned reading, writing, editing, code generating, how to install packages, how to activate packages, and so on. Now we are able to drive R. Today we will move to some statistical test with depth. In our previous class, I think I have teach you when your supervisor give any task to you about any analysis, few questions should be arise in your mind, and you need to find answer of these questions. For example, if your supervisor say, please perform t-test. Please let me know we have done t-test or not.
Not yet.
We have done t-test? No. Okay,
Not
thank
yet.
you. Okay. T-test and okay. So for t-test, we need some things. For example, first we need data set according to t-test. When your supervisor say apply t-test, first you need to check your data according to t-test. But we need to find few questions. Answer of these questions. Question number 1. What is t-test? Why t-test? What is t-test and why t-test? Third, type of t-test. Types of t-test. Sample data for t-test. And which type of t-test will fit on your research data. So these questions should be arised in your mind for each and every statistical analysis. What is t-test? Why we are going to perform this test? Types of this test if available, and sample data set. Sample data set is most important part of most important questions among these. So when you want to perform any analysis, you need to arrange your data set according to this analysis or provide you lot of sample data set. For example, you have a raw data in the Excel sheet or in Word or any CSV file. You want to perform t-test. First, you need to check sample data set for t-test. Then arrange your data set according to this sample data set. No, how we get a sample data set for a t-test? Okay, so we need to ask this question. We can search this question from website. We can also search this question from ChatGPT. But I recommend you find these questions from AI tools because it will provide you all these answers without any time wasting or without any delay. You will get the answer within a few seconds. So I need to ask this question from ChatGPT. First, I ask three questions. Copy. I am sharing this question with you. You also search this question. I am sending this question within group. Copy these questions and paste these questions on screen in screen number 1 of RStudio. Here. Now open ChatGPT. Open ChatGPT. Paste these three questions. First three questions. What is t-test, why t-test, and type of t-test? Copy. Open ChatGPT and paste these and send message. When you send this message to ChatGPT, ChatGPT will reply you. A t-test is the statistical test used to compare the mean of two groups and determine if they are statistically different from each other. It's commonly applied when analyzing the difference between groups in studies or experiments where data may vary due to random sampling or inherent variations. For example, in our ficus dataset, import your ficus dataset. Open your ficus dataset in screen number 1 and come on again your ChatGPT. It's showing us a t-test is the statistical test used to compare the mean of two groups. It is very important point. Mean of two groups. It is used to compare the mean of two groups. But in our ficus file, we have three groups: S1, S2, and S3. If you want to compare the mean of S1 and S2, just only for S1 and S2, you can apply t-test. But if you want to compare the mean of S1, S2, S3, you can't apply, you unable to apply t-test on more than two groups. No, if you have more than two groups, then you will apply ANOVA, analysis of variance. So if you have two groups like S1 and S2, you will apply t-test. But if the number of group increased or more than two, then you need to apply ANOVA. If you open your ficus file again and check, here are three groups in species column: S1, here is S2, and S3. It's mean we can't apply, we are unable to apply t-test on this file. So first we need to arrange this file according to t-test, because t-test need only two groups. We have three groups in our dataset. Now, how you handle this? You have two options. First option, you can remove third group from this Excel file and import this file again in RStudio and apply t-test on S1 and S2. Another option for you is you can write a script and remove group 3 within this script and apply t-test just only for T1 and T2 and ignore T3, S1, S2 and S3 and remove or ignore S3. Now next question. Now, hopefully you have understand what is ANOVA and uh, how we how many groups we need for ANOVA. No, why use a t-test? The t-test help researchers number one test hypothesis. Similarly, as ANOVA test our hypothesis, t-test also used to test hypothesis. Measuring significance, it is also give us significant level, high significant, low significant. It also support decision making. If your results are reliable or significant, you can make a decision, want to move to next experiment or stop your research task due to insignificant results. So you can test hypothesis, measure significant level, and supporting decision making. Now, type of t-test. T-test have three types. One is independent, two sample test, paired dependent test, and simple one sample t-test. One sample t-test mean, for example, you have a data set like you want to compare, you have just only one group. For example, here is the one group, person 1, S1, and we have values, other values, and we have an known values which is already published in any article, in any thesis or known value. For example, here is a person 1, its age is 75 and he died at 75. No, and average age of a person is around about 60. So this is the known value. You can compare S1 with this known values. So we already have for this we also have two group, this group 1 and this group 2. This is the known value. You can compare experimental value with known value. So this is the one sample t-test. Another is independent t-test. Here, if your data set is like ficus data set and you have two independent group like S1 and S2. So independent t-test like this on this type of data set. You have two group S1 and S2 and S1 and S2 are independent variables or groups. Third is paired sample or paired independent t-test. Paired dependent t-test. Paired dependent t-test mean we have our data in the form of pairs. For example, after and before. For example, there is a patient of sugar or blood pressure. You may calculate or find sugar before medicine and after medicine. If you have data set like this, before treatment, after treatment, again sample 2, before treatment, after treatment, sample 3, before treatment, after treatment. So if you have these two groups, before and after, then you can apply paired independent t-test. Now we have learned t-test, why t-test is important, and type of t-test. Now next question, any sample data set for all these type of t-test. Again open ChatGPT. Here is the, when you scroll down, it show you when to use each type. Now you need a sample data set for each type. Now say thanks. Thanks. Now I need sample data table for each type of t-test so that you can arrange your data set according to this sample data set. So here is the sample data table. Okay, here are some sample data set. For example, first independent two sample test. Here are two groups, group A and group B, like S1 and S2. Here are three replicate for each group. S1, three replicate, S2, three replicate. Like in group A have three replicate, 1, 2, 3, and group B have three replicate, 4, 5, 6. And here is its score. If you have a data set like this, you need to arrange data set according to this. These columns may be increased or decreased. Here just a sample data set and just give you only one variable, test score. Okay. No. For pair dependent t-test. For pair dependent t-test, for paired sample t-test, you need to measure readings before and after treatment. Here is the before and after. For example, a scenario is measuring the same group of participant before and after our treatment. For example, blood pressure level data format. Each row represent a participant with the column of for the before and after treatment measurement. So here are two groups, before and after. Before treatment, blood pressure is 130. After treatment, 125. Before treatment, 142. After treatment, 135. Before, after, before, after. So if you have this type of data, you need to apply paired dependent t-test. Next is one sample t-test. Testing if the average test score of a group differ from a known population means, for example, hypothesis mean of 75. For example, you want to compare the mean of each individuals with known values 37. So 82, 78 is greater than 75, while 74 is less than, 79 is again greater than, 81 is again greater than, and 77 is again greater than 75. So this is the known value. You can compare it with experimental results. Okay. Now if you have please any question you can ask. If clear, type clear within chat, then I will move to next step. I am also sending this data with you in group. You can check sample data and all instruction and information within group. Okay, now we need to move next step. Now we want to apply all these analysis, all these three t-test types, T1, dependent, independent t-test, paired dependent t-test, and one sample t-test. Say thanks. No, right. Because we have not a sample data set for this in our Excel file. First, we need to prepare this data set in Excel file, and then we can apply this data set on import data set in R and can apply t-test with the help of ChatGPT. But if you don't have data set, you can also use this sample data set for practice. And here is the example for biological data set. If your field is different, you can also write a line here. Please give a example for business data set. Please give an example. You can get a sample data set of your own field. For example, if your field of study is economics, you can also check the sample data set according to your field. For example, say thanks. No, please give me sample data table of economics field. So here is the sample data set for economics. Here is group 1 X, Y, Z, X, 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 and here is the Y, Y, Y. So here are two groups, X and Y. Here is the monthly income. If you have a pair dependent test, spending in 2023, spending in 2022. If you have, if your field is economics, you can arrange your data set like this. And here is the known value is 3%. You can compare these percentage with 3%. Okay. If your field of study is psychology, you can say thanks. Please give example for psychology. Here is the example according to psychological field of study. Mood rating before and mood after before. If your field of study is botany, you can say please provide sample data from botany research. So here is the data set according to plant science and treatment plant height. Here is the chlorophyll content before and chlorophyll content after treatment. Here is the root length. You can compare this root length with 50 already known or measured root length. If your field of study is education, you can say thanks. Please provide sample data for educational research. So here is the sample data set for t-test for educational research. Reading score after exam. You can compare these with known variables or passing score 50. So in this way, you can get sample data set for each analysis. You can compare your data or you can Arrange your data set according to this sample data set. First check which type of analysis, which type of t-test you can done on your data set. If your data set is a simple like ficus, you can apply independent t-test. If your data set is in the form of pairs like after and before, you need to apply pair test. If you have just only one uh, sample or one group, you want to compare it with known values or already available values, you can apply one sample t-test. Okay. Now say thanks. Now please write a script for all types of t-test and also draw their plots. So here are sample dataset, t-test analysis with sample dataset and their plots. Copy this code, open RStudio, paste here, and run this code one by one. It will show you the result of. Now you have a data set, independent data, one sample data, and paired data. If you click on independent data, you can check here. Here is the data set for independent t-test. One sample data, here is the one sample data. Paired data set, here is the paired data before and after score. Okay. Now you want to apply independent t-test. Here is the formula for t-test. Now run this code. Here are the result of t-test. Here is the plot of t-test. Okay. Now please all participants draw this plot and also check your table. It will give you t value, df value, and p value. Copy. Open WhatsApp group and share. Again, copy other plot, copy, open group and share. Here is another plot for independent t-test. And share. Now you have a time. Okay, here are some questions. I also mention data like engineering field. Okay, thanks. Also provide me sample data from engineering field for all type of t-test. So here is the sample data set for t-test. T-test score, it is for two sample paired or paired test. If you say please give data sample table for all types of t-test separately. So here is the one sample t-test, metal type and strength, condition and strength, or two sample t-test, two sample t-test independent. Here is only one sample t-test. You have only one sample t-test mean one sample. You have only one sample in your data set. Now you have two group, and here is the pair t-test, pre-test strength and post-test strength. And here is for ANOVA. If you have more than two groups, you need to apply ANOVA. Okay, please, now you have 20 minutes. Please apply ANOVA and also check there its table, and also share the result of this table within group. And I am also sending you the detail of the results. One sample t-test, copy this result, open ChatGPT and write a line. Please explain this result. Explain these results and send message. I am also sending this detail within group. Why you, what is mean by t-test, what is mean by confidence interval, p-value, and degree of freedom, t-test, and null hypothesis and alternate hypothesis. Okay, and now it's your time. Please do practice. If any participant is facing issue or error, I can guide you. And okay, and Dr. Amna, can you share your screen? You need to do again t-test on your dataset. You can import, you can ask to ChatGPT, provide sample data. You need to do practice for all steps, how to get dataset, how to get a sample dataset from ChatGPT. So all step please perform on ChatGPT. First get sample dataset and then perform analysis. Okay, Dr. Amna, please share your screen again. Okay, t-test. Where you are facing issue? Please come on line number 6. Okay, please first clean screen number 3 with brush. First clean screen number 3 with brush button. Okay, and also clean screen number 2 with brush button. Okay, now delete these code at the end. Please delete this code. Okay, now copy these questions, first 3 questions. First 3 questions. What is t-test? Why t-test and type of t-test? Please copy first 3 questions. Yes. Open ChatGPT and also share the screen of ChatGPT. You have shared just only RStudio. Close your screen and share it again. Please share entire screen. Okay, paste this, open new chat. Here is button. Yes. Paste here. Yes, and send message. It show that you can check variability or difference between two groups. Please come on definition. Here is definition. You need two group. This point is very important. You can compare two groups or one group, not more than two. One or two, not more than two. If you have more than two group, you need to move toward ANOVA. Okay. Now YT test, you can test hypothesis, sample size, and please scroll down. Yes, normal distribution of your data. No, important is type of t-test. One sample t-test first is you have one sample data, you can compare it with unknown values with a single sample to compare a known values. Another is independent two sample t-test. You have two samples like for example if you have a ficus data set, you have two sample S1 and S2. You don't have S3 in your ficus file, then you can apply independent two sample t-test. Now scroll down. Here is the paired dependent t-test. Here you need a data set like before and after. For example, before a treatment and after a treatment. Before training, after training. Okay. Now say thanks to ChatGPT. Thanks. Uh, Please also give me sample data table for each type of t-test. Okay, send this message. Now you can see one sample t-test, you get just only one sample and you can compare it with 65 kg. You can compare all these values with 50, 65 kg. Scroll down. If you have sample like this, you need to apply one way, one t-test, one sample t-test, no, independent two sample t-test. If you have two group like group A and group B, here are two groups. One is group A and other is group B. Then you need to apply two sample independent t-test. Next is two paired dependent t-test. Here you need to you have data after treatment and before treatment. Score before training and score after training. You can compare these two group before and after. So you can also apply t-test, but the type of t-test is paired dependent t-test. No, say thanks. No, if you want to do practice on these sample dataset which ChatGPT have created, please let me know your field of study. Please type here after thanks. Please let me know your field of study. Okay, botany. Okay. Please say thanks and write a message. Please give me sample data set for all types according to plant sciences or botany and send this message. So here is the one sample t-test according to for plant science, plant height. You can compare it with an average plant height. Scroll down. Here is the two sample t-test. Here is also from plant height. Here are the two group of plants, group A and group B. Scroll down. Here is the period dependent. Here is the height before treatment and after height after treatment. Okay. Now say thanks and write a line. Now I want to perform t-test, all type of t-test for these sample data set and also want to draw plot. Okay. Send message. Now stop and say please write our script. Please write our script. Okay. And copy this code and run this code within your R Studio. Okay. Now you can close your screen and Taimur Saab kindly share your screen. Please first do complete first let complete this code. Okay, now it's complete. Now copy and run. Okay, sir, please show me which file you want to import. Where is your file? Please first give its English name or save it with or convert it into English. Okay. Okay. Right click and check its properties. Properties. Here is the WinRAR archive file. How many files within this file? Please first open this file. Okay, open this file. And this file have many files. Okay. Close, please close this file. And again click on dataset file. Double click on open. Please wait. Here the name of your file is again in Chinese. You have folder within extracted file. You need to please replace name. First you need to extract this file, then you will be able to rename. Extract here. Mm, rename. Okay. Now copy this folder, paste on desktop. Within, okay, paste here and add this file in WinRAR. Zip file, okay. Okay, now you have a WinRAR file and now again click on your dataset without WinRAR file. First folder, click on. You need to select all these files. Select all these files. No, you have yes. Select all these files and convert these into zip folder. Select all and compress to zip file. Sorry. Please copy this uh, zip folder, not this one, not this one. Yes, this one. Copy and paste it in your working directory, current working directory folder. Paste here. Okay, and copy this name, or right click and check its property. Properties, here is the properties compressed zip folder zip file. You need to copy type of file. Copy this line. Yes. Copy and open ChatGPT. Open ChatGPT and write a line. I have a file name uh, inverted comma 31 inverted comma close, and paste compress. No, you not need to paste your file. You need to you have copied extension name like compressed zip folder. Yes, copy this line, copy and paste within ChatGPT. Please copy this line and paste it within chat after my next class time have been started, and participant is requesting me for link. Paste here and write a line. You can type manually after first. Please listen step. You can do manually. You can type this compressive folder and ask to ChatGPT, I have this file within working directory. I want to import this file in R. Then ChatGPT will write a code. You can import it easily. Okay. Thank you. Please try it. I will assist you in our next class or in our daytime. Okay. Thank you. Allah Hafiz.